But yeah, let's get to it. We're gonna look at why Okay Buddy is popping off. But also, before we get to that, last week I talked about this when Brandon came out. When Joe Brandon came out and said he was taking Paxlovid, I told you that this was likely to happen. If you've been looking into Paxlovid, it's like pretty effective at very quickly destroying as a treatment for COVID, very quickly destroying some of the worst symptoms of COVID. Except it comes with with an additional problem, and that is that Paxlovid sometimes have a tendency for to have COVID rebound, and then you end up testing positive. This is also because Dark Brandon is Dark Brandon, obviously. So he stopped taking Paxlovid, obviously, after he tested negative, and now he's testing positive again. It's normal. It happens. I'm not entirely familiar with what means. I'm not entirely familiar with what that means, to be honest. But yeah, this is pretty funny. Those 2 vaccines, 2 boosters, really doing a great job for you, Joe. Notice how he didn't need to be intubated and hospitalized like Trump is a pretty effective way to fucking counter that narrative. Is it a rebound or is it just a temporary suppression of the virus? I don't know. Also, Trump was vaccinated too. So, if I recall correctly, Paxlovid suppresses the virus, was told 3 to 8% chance of this happening. He wasn't vaccinated. No, Trump got vaccinated after he had COVID, if I'm not mistaken. The vaccine wasn't out at the time that Trump got COVID. But he got vaccinated since. But Trump absolutely, he wasn't vented. Like they didn't give him ventilators. I don't think he was on ventilators. But they did give him like literally the fucking kitchen sink like steroids. He was in fucked up ass shape. He was in worse shape than Brandon for sure. And he got Regeneron, right? Did he get oxygen? I know they didn't vent him. They probably put him on like a CPAP machine or something. And he was scared that he was going to go out like Stan Chera, if you remember. Trump was legitimately afraid of COVID, like killing him. I don't remember ever seeing him intubated. If he was intubated, you would not see him intubated. Don't be ridiculous. Do you worry you'll slip up and call Biden and Brandon on a live news show? Yes, I do it in civilian populations all the time too. Degenerate. This guy is a Turkish person who has never encountered a shower. He says, "Go take a shower. What's up with your hair, you fucking degenerate?" Not realizing that my hair is wet, not greasy. This is what your hair looks like when you do take a shower right before you start your stream, and then your hair is still kind of wet from the shower. Fun fact for, all of you fucking weirdos that have never taken showers, I take them every day, and this is what your hair looks like when it's wet because you took a shower. Yeah, this guy says he hasn't taken a shower in 1 week. Well, there you go. I love how you have to explain that every day. I know. A sitting member of Congress? Yeah, No. We already covered this. I know. Some staffer forgot to switch accounts, right? Or do we think the congressman is hammered? Good morning, everyone. The tweet was, of course, deleted, but I assure you it was very much real and someone is in big trouble. Yeah. Put in the title, trigger warning, wet hair. I should. Seems like you underplay the most extreme facts in protection to your reputation. I am sorry for this. What? The fuck does that mean? Can you use more throat when you eat? You sound great. Maybe if your fat cock wasn't so deep down my throat, it'd block out the sun. Someone sprinkled pubes on his head. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, like, sometimes when you want to chat in the chat, a really good idea is to just not do it. You know what I mean? A really good idea is to just simply not do that. As more people report COVID rebounds after Paxlovid, experts insist cases are rare. When Dr. Anthony Fauci got COVID in June, he took Paxlovid, an antiviral drug for people with mild to moderate symptoms whose ages or immune statuses put them at high risk for severe disease. The treatment consists of 3 pills taken twice daily for 5 days. Fauci finished treatment and tested negative for COVID. But about 3 days later, the test came back positive again. His symptoms, runny nose, sore throat, fever, resurfaced too. A small minority of people who take Paxlovid see a similar rebound effect. When you take a look at the studies, it generally does not occur very often, but it does have a tendency to happen. Around 1 to 2% of people taking Paxlovid in Pfizer's clinical trial tested positive for the coronavirus after having tested negative. Rebound rates are around 5% among the tens of thousands of people who've taken the drug in real-life settings. The White House COVID response coordinator, Dr. Ashish Jha, said at a news conference last week. But because of the way that we cover the news, obviously, it probably feels like everyone is rebounding. Maybe they need another day or two of treatment for older people or some shit. I don't know. But they certainly have not figured it out. Here we go. This is why Paxlovid rebounds happen. This is partly because during the 5-day treatment, the immune system doesn't have to try so hard to find a good way to kill off the virus on its own, so the drug is doing the work for it. So when you remove the drug, the 2 arms of the immune system may still be asleep at the wheel. Rebound after Paxlovid is definitely happening, says epidemiologist, immunologist, pathologist Michael Mina. This is not because Paxlovid isn't working with the variants or subvariants. This does not mean that the drug isn't saving lives. It is, but this didn't show up in trials. So what's going on? What's going on? First, these are speculations or hypotheses, I guess. When a drug is measured in a drug trial, its ability to limit the virus replication in the body, it isn't just the drug and virus interaction that's being measured. Nope, the drug's ability to eliminate a virus in the body is being measured in the context of the immune system. Everyone's immune system is different. This is critical because if immunity is able to tackle some of the virus, then even if there's a minimal amount of the live virus left at the end of a 5-day treatment, then when the treatment is stopped, those last remnants can be dealt with by the immune system. However, if the existing immunity from vax or prior infection is not good at limiting the virus replication in the respiratory tract, as is the case with Omicron, then when the drugs are stopped, if there remains some live virus, the leftover virus can start to grow quickly. So the problem is it suppresses, but it doesn't eradicate it, and it asks your immune system to eradicate the remainder. In which case, you can, in certain instances, have what is known as a rebound effect. This is what's going on with Joe Brandon. Why are you throwing up resident sleepers, bro? The president's got fucking COVID. Again, this is an important, informative part of the broadcast, and motherfuckers throwing up resident sleepers, 14-month subscriber. That's crazy to me. Anyway. Didn't he get 1 negative test and started going out and about? That was whack. No, he got 2 negative tests in a row. But yeah, he still has it. The immune system may be a bit asleep at the wheel thanks to the drugs doing the heavy lifting. Plus, we have a virus that's very immune evasive. Even when immunity is at full steam, any residual virus left after treatment is like a whole new high-dose exposure. This is when further compounded by the fact that Omicron and the newer variants are very highly infectious. So he might actually, Dark Brandon might literally be giving people COVID. And CDC guidelines for isolation with rebound are the same as new case from the day of symptom onset, for those wondering. Is there a certain time every day when you stream? Yes, 11 a.m. is when I start streaming. So yeah. Dark Brandon, rise up. Dark Brandon heads, rise up. The Mac attack is back. Jack. Okay? That's it. Eva Elfie when? Tomorrow. Relevant Dark Brandon meme. The White House tells me they have a deal with Manchin. This is real. Build Back Manchin is back. Oh my God. Joe Manchin and Joe Biden got COVID at the same time, dude. Oh my God. We already know COVID spreads sometimes through anger. I don't mean to ship content creators, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and say it. Dark Brandon fucked Joe Manchin. The White House tells me true and gave him COVID. Ben Asteroid'in herhangi bir yan etkisinin yaşadığınız meseleleşme sonuna neden olduğunu düşünmüştüm. Bana olmadı. What? Eva Elfie? Yes, Eva Elfie and Nadia from Pussy Riot are going to be here tomorrow. Okay? Anyway, all right, so there it is. So even though Paxlovid works as well to limit Omicron as it does Delta on a drug the virus basis in a petri dish, I believe Paxlovid in the trials was also benefiting from any lingering Delta virus being eliminated better by immunity when some of the virus remained after. So that's it. At this point though, here's where we're at, dude. It doesn't even fucking matter. I feel like they just don't give a shit. I feel like people have fallen asleep at the wheel on this sort of thing. I just like it truly does feel like people are just like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Yeah, maybe COVID will kill us all. Who knows? I mean, it's not like the daily death rate is nowhere near as bad as it was at its peak, right? That doesn't mean it's gone. It's it's forgotten, but it's not gone. It's at like 300, right? It's at 300 a day, not in China or Japan. Homie, we're talking about the only country that matters on the planet, okay? The United States of America. Where ultimately 300 is still a lot. Yes, it is a lot. It is a lot, except it's nowhere near like 1,000 to 3,000. And people literally 3 years into this at this point are just like, I don't even give a fuck if it was at 3,000. That doesn't make it right, but aren't the same amount of people still getting long COVID as if were the last strains? Yes, there is so much. There is so much that I feel like is so irresponsible not to have an adequate grasp on. With respect to long COVID, its long-term impacts, and you know what the triggers are for it,